Hello everyone, I am Pallavi Parmar and today I am going to deal with the topic flavor and identity, the significance of food in Midnight's Children. These are my personal information, table of contents. Let's firstly start with a research question. How does Salman Rushdie use food in Midnight's Children to explore themes of identity, power dynamics and societal changes in post-colonial India? Hypothesis is in Midnight's Children, Salman Rushdie uses food as a multidimensional symbol to represent identity, power, and societal transformation, illustrating the complex interplay between tradition, modernity, and memory in post-colonial India. So let's firstly start with about Salman Rushdie. He was Indian-born British American writer known for his allegorical novels blending history, philosophy, and humor. His most famous works are Midnight's Children and The Satanic Verses. For Midnight's Children, he won the Booker Prize, Booker of Bookers, and Best of the Booker. The Satanic Verses sparkled global controversy and was banned in several countries. And due to that, survived 2022 attack, losing sight, as you see in the picture, sight in one eye, and wrote, and then later on he wrote the knife meditations after an attempted murder. His mostly works are based on the themes migration, identity, and cultural conflict. And he was awarded a knighthood in 2007 and became a US citizen in 2016. Let's say about Midnight's Children. It is written by Salman Rushdie. It is an allegorical novel and published in 1981. It won the Booker Prize, Booker of Bookers, and Best of Booker. The story follows two boys, as we discussed earlier, that Salim Sinai and Shiva. So they were born on exact 12 o'clock when India got at midnight. India got freedom. That on August 15, 1947, the moment of India independence, and they switched at the birth time. So we can find that themes like nationhood, history, identity here, and we can find that it's a landmark in post-colonial literature with a rich storytelling, humor, and a vivid portrayal of India's cultural and political landscape. So let's see food as a symbol of tradition and domestic identity. We can find that in Midnight Children, Rushdie not only described food for eating purpose only, but he described it for many purposes. Like it signifies traditional roles and domestic identity, especially through the character of Reverend Mother, who is Nazim Ghani, who married to Adam Aziz, and due to her religious faith, she is known with this name, Reverend Mother. So she is a kitchen. Her kitchen is portrayed as her symbolic fortress. Like she has a power. But she has the power only to control that kitchen things, and it is her castle. It representing that traditional gender roles, that women are confined in the kitchen only, but also she has authority on her family through this food. The conflict between Reverend Mother and Dr. Aziz, we can find that she is belonging from traditional family and Dr. Aziz is well educated and Western minded person. So we can find conflict between them, and it tension between traditional and modern identities, with the food serving as a medium of power communication. Chutneyfication as a metaphor for identity. Salim uses jars of chutney to preserve his memories and history, which represents how identity is made up of many personal, cultural, and historical layers. This idea is inspired by Vedic concept of, like, we can say that in chutney or pickles we can find that we can preserve many things with help of spices and oil. So Salim uses that to preserve his memories, history, many things. And here we can find that Salman Rushdie, he describes it very differently from the Vedic concept. Vedic concept is like cooking is the word, like cooking must be perfect. But in the novel, we can find that the process of making chutney and pickles, it's shown as a messy and imperfect process rather than something pure and perfect. Like we can find that chutney represent how identity is not simple but mix of the many pieces linking food to memory and change. transition of food from private to public sphere. Like we can find that the second generation of the family, Amina and her siblings, extends the food metaphor beyond the private dominion into the public, reflecting changes in society and politics. Like food become a tool for critiquing political economic system, as seen as episode involving food shortages and hoardings and its manipulation at a commodity. Like we can find that food shortages and hoardings, like it symbolizes that country is going through economic crisis, and in country is in a change. For instance, we can say that Amina's husband uses food to exploit the market and paralleling the earlier domestic power struggles within the family, but now situated in a broader public context. Emotional and familial connections, like food reflects the character's emotions. Amina's disappoint in a stirred into her lime chutney, while Alia's bitterness affect her cooking, showing how food can express hidden feelings and tensions within a family. In Gujarati, we have that kehwat like "Jeva an teva man," like the process of making food is also very it has its significant effect on that how it affect on the people who consume that food. So we can find that bitterness of Alia, that she has that prejudice that she want Ahmad Sinai as her husband, but Ahmad Sinai choose her sister to marry. So she had that bitterness in her mind. So it reflects in her cooking. And so while Amina is pregnant, so we can find that at that time she when Alia serving her food which she is made, so her bitterness, and due to that food she became unconscious and shivering. We can find that severe symptoms, like she is shivering, and she had very negative impact on her and her baby. Food as a medium for emotional expressions, as we said that in Kehwat also, that मन का रास्ता पेट से होके जाता है. So food transmits emotion consciously and unconsciously, linking flavor to human relationship. Like we can see in Reverend Mother's case, like curries and chutneys carry emotions like guilt and affecting family dynamics. Alia intentionally, like as we discussed earlier, she intentionally uses food to express her hatred toward Amina's family, like serving dishes filled with bitterness and malice. The emotional impact of food results in profound psychological effect on those who consume it, as we discussed earlier. Food as a symbol of societal transformation, as we see that due to depiction of food, we can find that there is a change in society, that it symbolizes the changes in colonial and post-colonial society. Like we can trace the journey from colonialism to independence. That changes, we can find that example in Bombay, due to reference of Bombay, like fast food trade, that increased fast food trend in Bombay. Colonial influence are critiqued through symbols like pickle jars in the Victorian house. We can find that it is criticizing that colonial mindset. The clash between traditional and modern values, it's shown how food practices shift from ritualistic in more to more mundane or political use. Subversion of traditional food crops, like as we discussed that in Vedic concept, there is like food as the devta, and food has in food there is something spiritual. But Salman Rushdie criticized that it is not like that. If you see the process of making of chutney, you can find it's very messy. You can find that pickles, the making process of pickles, it's very messy. The liquidity of food, as seen in the chicken soup versus alcohol, is used symbolically to represent both unity, healing, family rifts, and disintegration. That Ahmad's alienation through alcohol, we can find in novel and movie, as well as his alienation from his family due to alcohol consumption of alcohol. Gender and power dynamics through food, as we see that woman characters like Reverend Mother and Alia and Amina, we can find they were that dominant in the power due to food. Like food is a tool of power, such as in the war of starvation, subverting patriarchal norms. That kitchen became their kingdom, we can say that. The portrayal of women roles in food preparation, emphasizing the traditional power structures, but also reveals how women subvert these roles through creativity and emotion. Not Salman Rushdie only not described it like traditional, like women is only serving her family, but through this skill, through her work, she can also overpower her family. Like this transition highlights shifting gender dynamics with women reclaiming agency through culinary creativity. Food as a symbol of identity, power, memory in Midnight Children. Like cultural identity and preservation, as we see that to preserve in pickles or chutney, we have several spices or oils to preserve. As there are so many things or so many ingredients which we have to merge together to make one dish or pickle or chutney. So there are we have to use some spices or oils. So to preserve something. To preserve it. So here also, Pickle is a factory. Salim's Pickle factory symbolizes that preserving India's diverse, fragmented cultural identity, and the blending of spices in chutneys reflects the coexistence and the tensions of India's multicultural reality. Food represents India's struggle to maintain cultural heritage and amid modernization. A memory and history as a metaphors. Chutney, especially chutney, serve as a metaphor for preserving memories and history together. Interplay of sweet, sour, and spicy flavors symbolize the complexity of human experience. Salim act of chutneyfying history parallels Rushdie's storytelling to immortalize India's past. Intersection of food, memory, and identity. Food as a repository of memory and identity. As we see that food, it stores as a pickle and chutney. It stores not only personal memories but communal histories and nation histories. So chutney identifies these all things. Cultural hybridity in chutneys. The process of chutneyification symbolizes India's hybrid identity, blending traditional and colonial influence. Food like chutneys reflect the post-colonial condition where diverse cultural elements coexisted, but we can find it together. Chutneys as a historical metaphor, like with the chutney, we can say that the individual experience, national history, we can bring it together. Food as a magical, realist, and political symbol of identity. Like in Midnight Children, food acts as a bridge between the real and the magical. Rushdie used food like a chutney to represent merging personal national histories, and we can say that an identity in changing India. Food in the novel operates as a magical realist element, bridging the world, which is the real world, and the world, which is non-real, which is magical world, fictional world. So here, Radavicute in his article mentioned that R.K. Gairola describes food as a portal that connects historical events with a magical occurrence in the narrative. Food and identity, as we see that food tradition not only for eating but it conveys the tradition and highlights individual and communal identities. As we see the Sinai families that Kulsum mentioned that hybridity, so we can find also from the food preservation of history and memory. As a chutney jars, we can find that there is a depiction of the chapter. So we can find it each chapter as a jar of a chutney. So in each jar there is some part of the story. So we can find that it symbolizes just not just food, but they represent preservation of everything, the memories, history, and everything. That it Salim compares his storytelling to act of pickling or capturing the rich cultural history of post-colonial India. So, in conclusion, we can say that Midnight Children uses food as a powerful symbol to explore identity, power, and societal change. From Reverend Mother's control in the kitchen to Salim's technification of memories, food reflects the personal and the cultural layer of India's post-colonial journey. It represents shifts in tradition, gender roles, power dynamics, while also critiquing societal transformations like urbanization and market exploitation. Through the metaphor of chutneyfication, Rushdie shows how India's diverse identity in preserved and transformed, blending tradition and modernity. By connecting food to emotions, memory, and history, Rushdie makes it a bridge between personal stories and the nation's cultural evolution, perfectly justifying the title, flavor, and identity. Uh, these are my references. Yeah, and thank you. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
My question is, in your opinion, how does food reflect gender roles in society? How are traditional expectations of women as a caretaker seen in how they cook or serve food?
Yes, Khushi. So, in my opinion, food reflect gender roles in society. Like we are in modern age, but there are some families who are not believing in this traditional rigid mindset. But mostly, there are many families who are still believing in this traditional rigid belief. Like women have to stay within four walls, and they have to make food, take care of child, take care of family. They have to do all the things without complaining anything and without being tired. They have to do it happily. So we can say that in a food that there is always a female figure who expected to do all the things to make food and to serve them while from the male part they were if they are working women, they have to cook everything while they are at home. So they have to go from both sides. Yeah, that's it.
Pallavi, my question is, in what ways do you think that food today reflect an individual's culture, national or personal identity? And can you provide examples from the modern society?
Yes, Kusum. uh, I think food today reflects on individual cultural, national, personal identity. In personal level, like we are thinking, if one person if prefer, they have to be vegetarian, non-vegetarian, they have to be vegan. So we can find that it's their personal choices. It's their personal choices that what we prefer. We can find that cultural also. If we are taking the example of that sushi, so which is represent which is we can say that context of we can see its context of Japan. Though, while another hand we can find that pasta and everything, we can have that idea of Italy in our mind. So if we take example of India, so in India also we have that makke di roti sarso da saag, which is also connected with Punjabi. So we can say that Punjabi people, that ghevar and dal bati churma, which is connected with Rajasthani people. If we take mishti doi rasgulla, which is connected with Bengali people, and especially our Gujarati people, khaman, dhokla, thepla. They if they were if they go anywhere into the world, they just bring thepla dhokla with themselves. So we can say that food represents individual cultural and national personal identity. Yes, that's it from my side. Thank you so much.